Repurposing old material is a really great way to make something new. Hi, I'm Gina from Fibers and Design, and today I'm going to show you how you can change an old pair of jeans into yarn for your next weaving project. Let's get started.
What I like about jeans so much is that on the outside is always a darker color or it's a different color from the inside. So if you use this as yarn, it's a really great way to kind of mix up your design by using both sides of the material. Now it's important to remember that while you're cutting the jeans that you're going to be cutting it on a horizontal and not vertically up the leg of the jean. As you know, there's the warp and the weft. It's the same with jeans or with any fabric, and we don't want to cut against it. We want it to all stay in place. Now here I just have a slice of the jean, if you will, and I'm just going to go ahead and start here just to kind of test out what the jean is going to do, if it's going to unravel, which I don't think so. But I'm going to start here with just a small incision at this intersection part or the seam of the jean. Now this part is going to be a little bit tougher to cut through because it is two pieces of fabric already sewn together here. All right, so I'm going to just kind of dip into it and then just start cutting. Now, if you find it kind of difficult to cut in a straight line, don't worry. I mean, it is just this fabric and you're going to put it on the loom, so it's not going to be too important, the thickness. However, it is good to stay consistent with each stripe that or each cut that you're making. I found a good way to do that is to make longer cuts, but slower. You know, don't rush to do this. It is going to take some time for you to cut through every part of the jean. But you know, you just want a continuous nice line of jean. So just slowly cut it. You don't have to rush, and you'll come up with something hopefully like this or better. So as you can see by examining the first cut, it's not perfect, it's not totally straight, but it's quite consistent in the thickness and the diameter of the cut. So, you know, I just encourage you to try to stay consistent, but it's okay, and just have some fun. Now this time coming around to the first entry point, you're going to notice that there is a bit of a dip. If you kind of start the way that I did, you're going to have to kind of realign your straight line here. And so, because if I cut straight here, I'm going to cut off the yarn and it's not going to be continuous. And it's okay if you decide just to cut a few strips of jean, which would be fine. But here what I'm doing is cutting on a diagonal, cutting a little bit inward, but still keeping the same diameter. And then moving the scissors around and realigning it with the next row. So hopefully the only thing that's bent is this part here where the intersection of the two jean parts are together. So this is the basis of cutting your jeans and making them into yarn. As I said before, you might want to make smaller cuts from one side of the jean to the other, and then just have a bunch of pieces of this to use on the loom. If not, you could make a long piece like I ended up making, a long continuous strand of jean yarn, you know. But yeah, it's up to you and what you decide and how you want to use the material when you're finished. When you pull on cut fabric too much, then it starts to come undone. So I find the best way to store this is by wrapping this around your hands. So if you extend your thumb and your ring finger or your pinky finger and wrap one end of the yarn around your thumb or close to your thumb, you can hold it with your pinky here, and the rest you're just going to slowly intertwine between around your thumb and around your ring finger, and just keep going until you reach the end of the yarn. But with the yarn end here, you're going to use it to wrap around the entire bundle of yarn. And that small little tail end, you can use that to pull the yarn out when you're ready to use it.
The really wonderful thing about this process is that you can use it for almost every material that you have. Say you have some old shirts, jeans, sweater, anything like this, you can reuse it by cutting it and making new yarn. Now here I've decided to keep the yarn quite long, but if you decide to cut your yarn or the fabric into smaller pieces, then that works as well. I think it's really important to reuse material that you have And especially if it's older and maybe there's some stains or things like that, maybe something you can't reuse to wear, then I think it would be a really great idea to reuse it and put it on the loom for something else, using it as fabric or using the yarn from the fabric, unraveling it, and this way we can help reduce our waste. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you, and if you have any questions, please leave them down below in the comments section. And if you enjoyed this video, then please leave a thumbs up and please subscribe for more weaving tutorials. If you're interested in learning more about weaving and other fiber arts, then please check out my website, fibersanddesign.com. Alright, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye!